Now, most of us can fathom our solar system, the sun surrounded by orbiting planets, that sort of thing. We know it's vast, but space probes have made the farthest distances seem reachable. But go a step further and begin to measure the universe. To measure something that big, you can't use miles, you can't use kilometers, you measure it with light. Now, how fast does light travel? It's 186,000, actually a little faster, 186,000 miles a second. That's 300,000 kilometers a second. That's pretty fast. Now, if you were to climb into a spaceship and travel at the speed of light, you would circle the Earth 7 times in 1 second. How do you enjoy your trip? A little brisk, perhaps? You see the Grand Canyon, Taj Mahal, or they kind of whip by pretty quick, didn't they? Well, if you were to head out into space, you would pass the Moon in 2 seconds, you would pass Mars in 4 minutes, and Pluto in 5 hours. And if you wanted to visit the next closest star to us, the next closest star, well, it would take you 4.3 years, traveling 186,000 miles or 300,000 kilometers a second. But whatever the case is, that's a long ways when you think you're traveling that distance every second of those 4.3 years. Well, once you get past the next closest star, you're off into the Milky Way galaxy, and that's our galaxy. Now, our whole solar system could be put in a box and shrunk down to the size of a dot on the edge of the Milky Way. The Milky Way is huge. If you were to travel across it, it would take you 100,000 years traveling at the speed of light just to go across our Milky Way. 100,000 years. It's big, isn't it? Now, as of this year, they figure that there are about 100 billion galaxies in the universe, each comprised of billions of stars. Billions of stars. And if you wanted to visit the next closest galaxy, just pop over to see the next closest one. We're not talking about going too far here. If you want to just pop over and see the next closest one, it would take you 2 million years, traveling 186,000 miles every second of those 2 million years. That's a long ways. Now that's just the next closest galaxy. Galaxies come in clusters. And if we just wanted to go over to the next cluster, just pop over to it, it would take you 20 million years to get over to the next closest cluster. Traveling, you guessed it, 186,000 miles every second or 300,000 kilometers every second. Well, you know what? At that point, you would have just begun to travel the known universe. Yes, the thought of an eternal God is difficult to grasp, but so is the vastness of our universe. Both are mind-boggling, yet both are real. The Bible speaks emphatically on this point. It's such an inherent part of God's nature, the Bible refers to it as His name.
The name of the Lord, the eternal God.